I just watched Supergirl. I haven't looked at anything. I saw beforehand that people said it was not the best. So I had lower expectations going into it than I had in the last few weeks. Supergirl was very, very disappointing. I watched the movie. It's been 2 hours since the movie ended. There is a little girl, main sad character. I could not tell you her name. She is in literally the entire movie. I could not tell you her name. She was insufferably terrible. Her family dies at the beginning. And I just don't care. And you don't get me to care the entire movie. We see her family die, but we don't know this girl. We don't care. This movie's so weird. This movie feels like it's Guardians of the Galaxy, the way it's bouncing around all these different alien species and the way space works here, the suns, and then they got the description saying this planet is this and blah blah. It feels like Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's not that funny. You don't like these characters except for Supergirl. Supergirl's really good. Millie Alcock does an incredible job, and I'm really excited to see more of her. But you don't care about these other characters. You don't care about this villain. It's not funny, and they pick some terrible songs. I saw people say this on TikTok, but the climax of this movie, I don't even remember what the song was. I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, this is really cool. There's slow-mo, and it has Kara just absolutely destroying, insane, such a cool moment for her character. She's finally unleashing her full power. She's protecting this little girl, and they just play the weirdest, most unfitting song. It was so weird. It was I started laughing. I thought the visuals were so cool. And I just started dying laughing because it's so weird. It's just so confusing how a grown person whose job it is to make this movie good is yes, that's a good choice. It's just disappointing. Okay, I liked a lot of the early stuff when it's just Kara. Once the girl comes in, and obviously the villain, it's Graham or something. He's not good. He's just a metal face, nothing. I barely know his name. His design is bad. He's so boring to look at. He's just another if you lined up all the guys that Kara fights in this movie, and were who's the main villain, you wouldn't know, because they all look the same. They all just have some sort of gray metallic armor on, and they're all super ugly, and it's just really bad. And you don't really get his motivation. He just wanted the sword in the beginning, and it's really weird. I couldn't really tell if there was a time skip between the little girl's family dying and her immediately asking for help and revenge, because it feels like there was a time skip where she's been thinking about this, but it's weird how she has the sword, and it's weird how she's immediately not crying. She's a little girl. She's not upset or anything. She's immediately just, oh, let me go avenge this guy. Because I don't think there's a time skip, because the villain is still stuck on the planet looking for a way out because his ship just blew up. So it's assumed to be right after, which it feels so weird. And Lobo is played by Jason Momoa in this movie, which I haven't read any Lobo comics, but I've heard things about Lobo in the comics, and that he's a very powerful, very intimidating character who could be either a threat or anti-hero type figure in the DCU. And I feel like they wasted so much of that potential build up by making him Jason Momoa Minecraft movie jokey immediately. I would love how in Guardians of the Galaxy, I keep comparing it to Guardians of the Galaxy, how at the very beginning Drax is still Drax the Destroyer. When they're on the space prison, he still wants to kill Gamora and get revenge on Ronan and Thanos, and he's still an intimidating character, at least for a little bit, okay? And I feel Lobo should have even more of that, being intimidating. He's immediately joking. Maybe that's how he is in the comics. I don't know for sure, but I feel he's not intimidating at all. And that's just Jason Momoa. That's not Lobo. But he does have a lot of fun with it. He's not in this movie very much, and I feel a lot of the time it's just Jason Momoa wanted to play Lobo. It would be cool to see Lobo, which it was cool to see, but he doesn't really affect this movie that much. And visually, this is really weird. There's so many times where you can like, that person is not there. You are not on this planet. You are not outside. You are not anything. The green screen looks wonky and weird. There's some flying shots that look weird. Kara looks weird. But then sometimes you're like the inside of the ship, Kara's ship looks so good because they obviously built that. And I'm a big fan. It was very cool. I think the comedy doesn't really hit that much. Kara's kind of funny, but she doesn't have anyone to go off of. Her few things with Lobo are a little funny. I liked the little bus driver, the little one. He was funny. He had a few jokes where I was laughing. Obviously, if they're good jokes, I would be laughing. David Cornsweet is featured very small amounts in this movie, mostly in flashbacks until the end. And he is literally just incredible. I loved Superman. Superman was basically my favorite movie last year. I give it a 9 out of 10. That movie is incredible. And I feel like they don't bring any of what made Superman special into this movie. There are so many characters in Superman that you love immediately. They make them likable, funny, and important to the story. They make you care about these characters. But when this girl that we saw her backstory, I don't know if it's just me, it didn't resonate with me at all. I don't know this character. I don't immediately care. Like, I immediately care about Supergirl. We already saw her in Superman. This is Supergirl, a very important character that we've seen a ton of time. I don't know if this is an original character. I haven't read the Woman of Tomorrow comic. I don't know. But I don't care about her. And this movie doesn't present me with the reasons or explanation as to why I should care about her. And she's a big part of the movie. So that really hurts it. The villain is very poor. I think it's a very poor character, written character. The CGI looks good on these like monsters and aliens that they keep encountering, but I think they're ugly, which I guess they're supposed to be ugly, but like I don't like that. I don't like looking at it when it's ugly, when there's gray slime monsters. Like I just don't like that. And I hate how, parts of the movie, Kara's destroying everyone. I love the scene in the bar where she just whoops everyone in like 2 seconds after she breaks that guy's arm. I thought that was really cool. I like that Titanic joke. That was funny if you heard that. But I feel like they nerf her way too much in this movie by first using the Red Suns, not having her have a power. And maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I don't know anything. But the fact that they just bring her to this like green sun, which is like kryptonite essentially. I've never heard of that. Maybe I don't know anything. But I thought that was weird, and I thought maybe I was sort of dozing off or something. I don't really remember how that was fixed. It felt like the sun just went down. So like the sun setting just takes the green sun away, but I don't believe that's how it works, because I believe if you're just in the presence of a red sun, even if it's dark, she doesn't have her powers. If she is in the presence of a yellow sun, she does, because I'm pretty sure Superman can still fly at night, even if the sun's not directly hitting him, you know? So I thought that was weird. And I hate how the villain, when Kara finally comes out after struggling with the green sun, I hate how the villain has such easy access to kryptonite. We have so many stories where it takes Batman or Lex Luthor so much trouble, even in like Batman v Superman, it takes so much trouble for them to get even a lick of kryptonite, and this guy just has it. He just randomly has it and immediately can stop Kara. And if Lobo's not there, Kara dies. I hate how this villain constantly does the whole he brutally murders this girl's entire family, no hesitation. Okay? For literally just walking, like doing nothing. But then when he wants to kill this girl, he knows this girl's trying to kill him. He's like, "Oh, I'll wait to kill her. I'll kill her tonight." Why would he not just kill her then? And then when he finally has her, he can kill her. And he keeps doing the pump fake thing. Like, we know she's going to be saved. No one would actually do that if you're in this scenario where you need to get this girl eliminated. You're just waiting for her to be saved. That's just not real. Obviously, it's all not realistic, but that's just not realistic for me, and I don't like that. For the future of the DCU, I'm a big fan of the positives here. Millie Alcock is incredible as Supergirl. She's really good casting. I think she's funny. I didn't like the Krypton backstories as much. I like the look. I liked the environment. I liked like the clothes, like Roman-esque type clothes. I thought that was cool. But I don't know. I really hope that Brainiac steals that piece of Krypton for Man of Tomorrow. I think that would be really cool. And I think I'm pretty sure they said that Kara is going to be in Man of Tomorrow. I don't know if that's confirmed. I think it's confirmed. So I really hope that we see that. And I'm really excited for Brainiac. I'm really excited for Man of Tomorrow. And I'm really excited for Kara's inclusion into Man of Tomorrow because I really liked her in this movie. And it's the only thing I liked, which is a problem. You kick out Krypto. I really liked Krypto and Superman. Obviously, it would be kind of repetitive based on that. We just had a ton of Krypto and Superman. I like how Kara, in the end, kills the guy because it shows her different upbringing and how she's different than Superman. I like how they showed that, even when she was convincing the girl that it was wrong and wasn't what she was supposed to be doing. But do as I say, not as I do. I thought that was really cool. So for the future of the DCU, I'm really excited for Man of Tomorrow. I'm really excited that Millie Alcock had such a great performance and she's such a great casting. And the MCU didn't start off as strong early on like this. Iron Man was obviously good, but then there was a few dwellers. I see the Thor: The Dark World comparisons. I feel like the villains are a lot like Malekith-esque, like Thor: The Dark World type people, like just gray, disgusting, like I don't know why you can't have compelling villain or entertain. I don't know. I just thought that was weird. So these are my final thoughts. I'd say I'd give it 4.5 out of 10. 4.5. A lot of it, I love superheroes. That gives it some points. I think Millie Alcock is incredible in this. That gives it a lot of points. I like Lobo. I think Lobo could have been done better, but I still like Lobo. I forgot to add this. I hated the bar owners. And then this is post the original Krypton flashback when Kara goes downstairs and they make it so obvious that these two people are going to betray her and turn her in. You've seen it a million times in a ton of different stories. It's so obvious. And it's confusing because they make it so obvious and then they kind of like stop for a second and you're like, what's going on? Like, we know what's going to happen. And then they give her the drink and you're like, oh, they're going to poison it. And I'm so confused how Kara doesn't like realize this and how she doesn't like, they make her really dumb for drinking this poison. And I don't feel like the poison should affect her. We're on a planet with the yellow sun. She's Kryptonian. There's no way like in a movie you're going to allow Superman to just be poisoned and that like affects him heavily. If Krypto can survive this on a red sun planet where he has no powers, I believe that Superman and Kara would not be affected. So I thought that was really weird. And it was just so obvious and it was so annoying how she fell for it. So yeah, those are my final thoughts. Hopefully Lanterns and Clayface. The Clayface trailer looked really good. Hopefully those are a lot better. Hopefully this leads into Man of Tomorrow being so much good, because if we just keep Kara and take out a lot that was going on with this movie, I think it could still work. So I'm still optimistic for the future, even though this was a poor outing. So thank you guys for listening.
Just take some time, let it